Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Son of a nutcracker.
Welcome to Mantherapy, a new podcast with four longtime friends talking about life, current events, and everything in between. Full discretion, we are not real therapists, but we suspect most therapists only wish they were us. We're just four guys with different opinions that still manage to love each other no matter our differences. The act of sharing a burden, fostering laughter, and lending an ear to a brother is the basis and foundation of what we call man therapy. So throw another log on the fire, oil up your beard if you have one, grab a beverage of choice and relax. We welcome you to the Man Therapy Podcast. Welcome into Man Therapy. Today, we're kind of doing a special segment today. It's going to be our holiday segment. And last week, we hope you, if you haven't heard it, go check out our episode on Ghislaine Maxwell. And I think there's a lot of interesting points that only Man Therapy, the guys in Man Therapy, can put out there. But when we were recording last week, we actually lost probably about 30 to 45 minutes in some crazy glitch that happened, and Jeff was not able to be in that segment. And since, to reward him for his, lack of being on that episode, we are nominating him as this year's 2021's Cheermeister, Man Therapy Cheermeister, and we want to welcome him to the show.
Such an honor. I had so many great things that were said in last week's episode that were cut. You said by technical difficulties, but there's a conspiracy theory out there that you did it on purpose. But damn. That's just what the word around town's going.
Shots fired.
And this is coming from the holiday cheer.
Someone's getting cold.
Man, I knew it was coming. And we didn't even make it 10 seconds in before somebody dropped it. All right. Since I'm the designated,
I was making no secrets about. I was going to say it.
Well, I mean, I had a feeling it was coming. I thought it would have been right out the gate, but you threw me a curveball.
Well, I wanted to get you a few minutes of introducing yourself, and then make sure the holiday cheer was definitely stated.
Well, to each their own. I feel like, you know what, I'm going to wear it with pride, So, as the official cheermeister, I had to slow down because I would have said it that would have come out of my mouth if I would have just went with it.
What?
No,
Mike, my editing, you are upping it the time to do that, like.
Parental discretion is advised.
Thank you, Ray. There we go.
It's literally going to sound like a techno episode because there's going to be so many beeps in it. Beep.
Beep. This EKG monitor sounds weird.
All right, so now on to my topics as chairmeister. The first one, I feel like everybody has their favorite go-tos for Christmas as far as movies go. What I want us to do is we can each list our top 3 movies, and if you want to give an explanation as to why those are your top 3, that's fine, and then I'll give you an explanation as to why you're wrong.
What if we go do round table?
Okay.
We go each give the third, and we just go around. How is that okay, Cheermeister?
You know what? Yeah, let's do it.
I'm glad it's Cheermeister approved.
I approve.
Chip approved.
Okay,
So we just giving one or all three at the same time?
going around the table.
No, go around the table.
Give the 3, and then let's go Ray, me, Mike, and then Jeff, and we'll end on Jeff's because he is the all
I am
held
the chairmeister.
Cheermeister. He gets to list the last number 1.
Well, if you want to read our notes, I'm the king chairmeister, so we're going to go with that.
It's not all it says. All right, so
Nah,
mine
we're not
is,
reading the rest.
I would say my 3 favorite go-to Christmas movies, and I have
Favorite?
an honorable mention one as well. Elf,
Just
the
number
Santa
3.
Claus.
Just number 3. We're just
Oh, come on.
giving 3, and we're going around 3, 3, 3.
Elf.
Elf is number 3.
Elf.
Elf is solid. I
like
mean,
Elf.
Will Ferrell.
I'll give it to you.
I
You
like
know,
Elf.
it's,
It has grown over me over the years.
It has.
What is this
I mean,
blasphemy? Elf is fantastic. It's all about Christmas.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that and, an orphan finding his dad. Hope you find your dad. Hi, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Yeah, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
That and then, pretty much a spike in, what is it, where he put syrup on everything?
Yes.
Yes.
Maple syrup.
Is there sugar in syrup? Yes.
Dear Lord.
Santa, I know him.
Diabetes.
Beat us.
That should have been in the commercial for that guy.
That scene really gives me a stomach ache.
Where
Ugh.
is the noodles and maple syrup?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Spaghetti and
candy.
maple syrup.
Spaghetti. Yeah.
Yes.
It is
throw up.
disgusting.
Santa! Santa's here!
All right, Mike, hit us with your number 3.
My number 3. Oh man. Okay, so my number 3 is kind of hard because all 3 of them are kind of about on the same level. But I guess I'm going to go with Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Solid
that movie.
pick. Solid
Oh
pick.
yeah.
Solid pick.
Guys, you're gonna throw me off the show.
Oh
No,
I have
no,
n-
don't. What? Don't say it.
I have not seen that.
No. Oh my
Mike,
gosh.
You've never
This
seen
happened.
Scrooged?
Mike,
I
what
have
did we
not.
do for a 6-year span, Mike?
Oh my God, man! Like
I have
me
not.
and
I'm
you
ashamed.
always watched at least Scrooged. We'd watch that every Christmas Eve. We would watch.
This was for 6 years straight.
Oh
And
yeah,
we
that
would-
was one of the ones that had to be.
He
I
moved to
can
a different
remember.
state, and we would still watch Scrooged in different states. I think we played it at the same time one time.
I can
Oh, yeah.
Were you
remember
on
watching that.
speakerphone?
Here comes the good part. I can remember watching that as a kid.
Yeah, man, me too.
It was a super good movie. Solid pick for number 3, man. Solid pick.
Absolutely, Bill Murray.
Best pick ever.
He's a national treasure. Like he's up there with Betty White.
I concur.
Yeah. After our
Can't
first
argue with that.
after our first segment talking about Betty White, I feel like she's about to be 100. Like I believe this
She
year.
is 100.
And like I think she's following me because since we did that on a segment, I'm seeing her on everything. It's probably because of her 100th birthday. And
That's amazing.
But I see her on everything. I go to the supermarket and she's like staring at me on magazines, and it's just I notice Betty White. It's like the same concept of if you buy a car, you say you buy like a Corolla, you go out and you start seeing Corollas everywhere. It's the same thing with Betty White.
What I want
By
to
the
know
way,
is
Betty White turns 100 on January the 17th.
Oh, we may have to celebrate.
Celebration Betty White episode. There we go.
Absolutely.
All things Betty
Does she
White.
have a Christmas movie?
If she does, it would be rated R.
Maybe we just need to go back and see what Golden Girls Christmas episodes they got.
I think that would be the safest bet to go with, because at least then you would know there would not be any F-bombs dropped or anything by Betty White.
I'm gonna have to do that.
All right, we get.
It says she was in a movie called Stealing Christmas in 2003.
Oh, I'm gonna find it.
That's I guess that's on par for the course with her. Still in Christmas, huh?
All right.
All right, so let's go to Pat. Pat, what is your number 3?
My number 3 on the top 3 favorite Christmas movies would be Christmas Vacation. It's probably going to make it'll probably make somebody else's list, but that would be my number 3. The reason it didn't get number 2 is because over the years, and having 3 boys currently, it's hilarious, but at the same time, I have to be in the mood to watch it. But it's number 3 on my list. I have to be in the mood to watch it. It's got some of the greatest one-liners ever in the Christmas movie genre, but I have to be in the mood because it hits too close to home. Because like our family, a few years ago, we had 9 Christmases that we have to go to, and it hits way too close to home because of the stress of dealing with just the hectic.
9 Christmases.
9 Christmases.
Holy
yeah, it is a sore point in our family.
How do you have 9 Christmases?
Not anymore.
That's a lot of blended families, Jeff.
Myself and my wife, our parents are divorced, so that's 4, the 4 Christmases. And then
like the Vince Vaughn movie.
Yes, the Vince Vaughn movie,
which is a great Christmas movie, by the way.
It is, and it hits close to home. That one also, and so when I watch a Christmas movie, I don't want to stress out and but because there's some parts in Christmas Vacation that kind of stress me out just a little bit, but 9, but we've cut them down over the years. Our parents are divorced, so that's 4, and then we've got extended family that we have to go to. So
I was thinking that that you were some kind of closet polygamist or something there for a second.
That too.
Okay, hey,
I'm trying to keep it quiet.
I got you. Well, it's out there now, so. Yes, Christmas Vacation does have some of the best one-liners, especially Grace.
Grace, she's dead.
The
blessing.
She died 10 years ago.
And then they go into the rendition of the national anthem. So it's a great movie. It will always be a classic. And I guess it's my turn for my number 3 pick. And you guys have already pretty much said it. 4 Christmases.
Great movie.
It's it has a bunch of one-liners in it as well. I feel like you can't go wrong with Vince Vaughn in anything. Just his demeanor in all his movies, and then just to have him in a Christmas movie was spectacular. Obviously, it's a newer movie, but it hit home with me, and it's a movie we watch every Christmas.
Yes,
yeah, we watched it just about a week ago. Me and my wife did.
Yeah, we haven't really. I feel like I need to get on top of this year. I guess the way the past year and past 2 years have been. It's like I feel like I've got to get back on top of watching Christmas movies because it's been disrupted this year. Maybe it's because we're just so busy. But I also like 4 Christmases, and like I said, it hits really close to home because we have 9, but not this year. Not this year, thankfully.
Well, it's the greatest part of the movie for me is probably is between the church scene where they're doing the Christmas play with Joseph and Mary, or when he first gets to his dad's house and his brother's kid is beating him up on the floor.
Google me.
Might want to look me up sometime, Barbara. All right, so we are now.
I feel like that kid is you. I feel like you identify with that kid.
Oh, absolutely. I would most definitely. That would have, I could see myself doing that.
Did you also take off out the window like fully nude after you found out Santa Claus wasn't real?
Well, see, I don't have a problem expressing myself, so I don't have to take to streaking to do that. I look at streaking as a, pastime
hobby?
hobby. Yeah. So, anyway, we will now move on to our number 2 picks, and we are back around to, is it
Me.
Ray?
Right. So for my second one, it is going to be Tim Allen's The Santa Claus.
Yes, that's a good pick, Ray. Love that
Yes,
movie.
solid pick, man. You can never go wrong with the Santa Claus.
I remember watching that movie in theaters when it came out, and just like I think, when did that movie come out? Does anybody have
94?
94?
Yeah.
I remember watching that movie as
Early
a kid
90s.
and just being like just sitting there in the theaters, like, this is the best movie that I've seen about Santa Claus.
Well, I mean,
It was, yeah.
everything they did, man, was just over the top with it. So you were just like so enamored with everything that went on, from, the North Pole scene to, the reindeer, looking spectacular. How they made him go up and down chimneys, and
It also had one of my favorite characters from the 90s. Y'all probably won't know him, but Judge Reinhold. He played in the Beverly Hills Cops series. He's probably one of my favorite actors. He
Oh,
was
I
in
love
that
that
movie
guy.
too. So that was
Okay, yeah.
He was like my guy back in the early 90s. I always liked his movies.
So
Yeah, man.
It was, I guess, for better,
Loved him in Beverly Hills Cop too, by the way.
yeah, yes.
It was like it was a grounded movie. Now, some of the sequels, are you including some of the sequels in there?
Oh
right?
no, like the one with the Jack Frost was hot garbage.
Those went, it was grounded. Like, they talk about fantasy novels and the mechanics of how things work in the movie.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal, and it was like it was believable, so to speak, as far as Santa
Yeah.
Claus is.
It could have. That's one of them where they could have stopped with one.
Yep.
Now, I'm not saying I didn't hate the other two, but it was one of those that, with the first one, they knew they couldn't top it.
I think is the Santa Claus, is the second one, is that where he has to find a wife? Because I kind of, that's probably my second favorite.
Yes, that the second one is where he has
The
to
third
find a
one was
wife.
Jack Frost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my least favorite.
Oh yeah, it was garbage.
Yeah. Is it to me, or are we ready to move
No,
on?
we are going to Mike, right?
Yep. Well, mine's already been covered on the number 2. Mine is Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
That was, it's one of those we grew up with. We always watched it, whether, that was at my grandparents' house or even at home. Still watch it every Christmas. I mean, I think that was even on our list that we would watch every year, right, Ray?
It was. Yep.
Oh, that's
Yep.
great. Those little lights aren't twinkling, Clark.
Why is the carpet wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot.
The scene where the old lady, is it not Grace, that can't hear? What's her name? Anybody? Anyways, but when she wraps her cat and the box and the box starts going, that owns me every time.
Helen, she wrapped the damn cat.
And her
wait,
Jello
wait.
mold.
Jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house.
All right.
That is
Where's the
a great
Tylenol?
one-liner.
Oh, me.
The gift
Okay.
that keeps on giving the whole year long.
Absolutely.
The Jelly of
Absolutely.
the Month Club.
Jelly of the Month Club.
All right. So, Pat, what is your number 2?
So
Get yourself something real nice, Clark.
real nice. Bend over and I'll show you. Anyways, so number 2, coming in number 2 on my list. This is kind of a unique pick for me, because I had the Santa Claus at this spot, but then I kind of swapped. So I recently listened. I have an Audible subscription, and I know this
Humble brag.
I do because my commute was like 1 hour each way usually to work, but I had it. I've just kept it. So
Same.
Not so much. Anyways, that's a different story. But I recently, in number 2, it's A Christmas Carol. So this is a kind of a bucket list. This goes just kind of it goes the Jim Carrey's version, the Muppets.
That's a good one.
The Muppets Christmas Carol. There's one.
Yeah.
There's one back in I think it was
my wife loves the Muppets one.
In 1951, there was one that was done back then. It's kind of a bucket, but I listened to the book and nothing. Like seriously, if you never listen, I know this is a book and we're talking about movies, but I listened to the book. Dickens has a way with words that will just put you in a Christmas spirit. Old Charles Dickens, like it was
Chuck Dick.
And but if I had, I do like the Muppets Christmas Carol I do enjoy it, and it's always a good one, and I'm a Muppets fan, but this is kind of a blanket, just any Christmas Carol movie. It has a great message, and like it always hits me in the feels when
Pat,
when Scrooge.
let me just tell you something.
Tell me something.
You need to watch Scrooge then.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
I
that is based on
I
it.
promise I will watch it.
I'm disappointed
Yeah.
in you, Pat, for not being it.
All right. So we will go to me for my number 2. I've had to move some around. A lot of mine are really close, and some of y'all have mentioned some that I'm trying not to repeat. So, this is a real close one on mine. It's A Christmas Story. Just the whole demeanor of this movie. The way the dad is hard on the kids, and the mom is the softie, and you're dealing with bullies, and then you're dealing with long lines at the mall for Santa, and it just really hit home with me.
The bunny
as far
suit.
as, the bunny suit. To me, it's just an all around fantastic movie.
It's a good movie.
Hey,
by the way, the Christmas Story house is in Cleveland, Ohio.
Really?
You need to come up here, and we'll go to it.
Absolutely.
I'm not a huge fan of this movie, but it's weird how people are kind of divided on this movie a lot. But
it's probably because you ordered the leg lamp and you never got it. That's it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I did order a Christmas sweater.
You never got a Red Ryder BB gun?
Yeah,
I got my eye shot out.
Did you ever shoot it and it ricochet off an icicle and it come down and bust your glasses?
Stick my tongue to the
dude.
ice.
I think that's
flagpole.
relatable to like being a kid, anyways.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
you do some shit and like it will ruin your chance of ever doing anything ever again.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
we had
just-
this old glass door out behind our shed when I was growing up, and I took my BB gun out there and just shot it and shot the glass out. I can remember taking a belt for that one, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's my number 2 pick. So we will go on to let's see, number 1's right, and we start with Ray.
All right, so this is going to be controversial.
Oh no!
Might even say
Oh,
this
dear
is
Lord.
not a Christmas movie. How can you let an action star be the main person in this movie? And it is Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds. It is a
Okay.
Christmas movie. Fight
Okay.
me again.
No.
because
Great
I'm right.
movie, bud.
Great movie.
I haven't seen it.
I feel like what
Pat,
no.
get out. Log out right
Damn
now,
it, Pat.
You're out. You're out.
We'll get to Pat here in a minute. I feel like we straddle on the fence with is it a Christmas movie or is it not? So I'll let you have this one. Great movie though.
Great movie.
It's a great movie.
So let's go with Mike.
All right. My favorite Christmas movies, I have to watch it every year. And I'm going to just say it right now. It's not Christmas until I see Hans Gruber fall off Nakatomi Plaza.
How did I know this was
Die
coming?
Hard 1 and
How did
Die
I know
Hard
this
2.
was coming? We'll
Yep.
get to that one later on.
No.
We're
telling
not,
you right now. Die Hard, great Christmas movie. Yeah.
Lord
yeah.
Jesus, help me.
Yeah. Say some
Lord
Sure,
Jesus,
bitch.
help me. How in the I show you a video
It's not.
of the
It's
man
not a
in the
I don't want to
movie
hear it. I don't wanna
saying
hear it.
that's not a Christmas movie.
I know.
It's a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie,
Okay,
man.
okay.
Hey, Mike.
There is
does
no
it-
cheer in
Are we
that
doing
movie.
it? Are we throwing down
Oh, it
right
is
now?
cheerful.
Hey, Mike, does it get you in the Christmas spirit?
No,
It
I
does.
wanted.
It
I
And it
wanted.
is a Christmas movie.
No, I
Yup.
wanted to wait
So we're doing
and get
this.
into it later on, but he wanted to go ahead and throw it down now.
It's not a Christmas
Thank-
movie.
No,
It
You
is.
shut the...
It is.
Shut up. Shut up.
If okay, here are we
like
doing
I'm not
this?
debating whether it's a good movie or not, because it's a great movie, but it's not a Christmas movie.
It's a movie that happens to have a Christmas party in it.
Okay.
Well, Christmas.
Christmas.
But let me ask you this: are we doing this, Jeff? Are we throwing
Are
it
we
out
throwing
here?
down right now?
Are we throwing?
We'll
do
go
I have to
ahead.
take
And, we
my
can
gloves
no,
off?
we can go ahead and throw it down because then we'll
This
finish
is
up
what's going
later
to end
on
the
with ours.
podcast right now.
So-
this is what's going to split us up as friends. It's not going to be politics. It's not going to be over
good.
any sort of bullshit.
Die
It's
Hard.
over whether or not Die Hard and Die Hard 2 are Christmas movies.
Because by your standards of a Christmas movie, you could take Edward Scissorhands and make that into a Christmas movie.
Kind of
Because
Was
There's
that really at
no-
Christmas?
Oh my
Yes.
goodness!
Oh my
yes.
gosh, you
remember.
don't watch the movie?
Do you not know how
Man, I
he made
haven't
it
watched that in a
snow?
while.
Come on.
You know that he made it snow because he was out there sculpting the ice sculptors, and the snow would go everywhere like that. Oh my gosh! Come on, man.
Wow, man. Do you watch Twilight too, Jeff? Jeez.
Maybe. Maybe I do, and maybe I
Look,
do.
don't change. We're not changing the subject. That we're trying to distinguish.
This is Die
How
Hard.
Jeff,
di-
go watch The Notebook.
No,
I've watched The Notebook.
The Notebook is the worst movie ever made.
Hold on,
Oh,
is
you-
Die Hard a heartfelt movie about him coming home for the holidays? Because it sounds a lot like a Christmas movie.
It
Well,
is.
see, why are you splitting hairs?
Listen, man.
I mean, is he a family man that he's trying to get back to his family during the holiday season? Sounds like a Christmas movie.
But
Okay, so here's what my stipulation on that is it is set during Christmas time, Die Hard 1 and Die Hard 2, okay? And it's been a tradition for me, like growing up, and, you know, it's nostalgic for Christmas for me. So, like, it's not just about the fact, I guess, that it's set in Christmas time, which makes it a Christmas movie, but it's the nostalgia for me.
Well,
as
see,
well.
I won't debate that with you, because you can have, certain movies that are nostalgic for you and make you feel like Christmas time, but you can't put that movie in a Christmas category.
so let's break it down.
I mean, we could say Harry Potter's a Christmas movie too, like a couple of those.
Okay, now you're going too far.
We'll
I'm
see.
just saying. I mean,
Now
I
you're
mean,
going too far.
there's Christmas, but let me ask you this: there's a test. Can you, if you remove everything Christmas from the movie, if you just remove can the plot line survive?
You mean remove the snow from the movie?
Like,
yes, the plot line can survive without snow.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if you take Elf and remove Christmas from Elf, it doesn't survive the movie. The movie's gone because it's about a Christmas elf at the North Pole going to find his father. If you take Christmas out of Die Hard, it's just a movie. It would still survive. The only thing is it's at a Christmas party.
But there's but the whole premise is that he's coming to see his wife who transferred to California for her job, her career, and he was still living in New York City, and they were trying to reunite for Christmas.
He could be going to reunite.
And then
Year's.
number two, there she's flying in Christmas.
But you could replace that with Valentine's Day. You could replace that with Easter. You could replace that with the 4th of July. And it's if you take Christmas out, I mean it's only the party. That's the only thing.
Hold up. Now, Christmas is near and dear to people's hearts and everything like that. So, the fact that it is based around Christmas, and he's trying to save his wife and all these people, from Hans Gruber and all of his terrorists.
Screams Christmas to me.
Man,
During the
Christmas
movie,
cheer.
the songs "Let It Snow" are playing. During the movie,
Yes.
"Joyful, Joyful" is playing, and one of the best lines is, "If this is your idea of Christmas, I gotta be here for New Year's." During the movie.
And not to mention, now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
Well,
Yeah.
It's beginning to sound a lot like
look,
Christmas
no,
for this movie.
This is just
It is
This is
not.
taking me to the Santa Claus where he's in the boardroom at the toy company and he's like, Santa's coming down the street in a Panzer. Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
I really want to see that. I would watch that.
Okay. Can we agree? See, I can.
Look,
be
this is
under-
where this is.
I can
It's
be
2-2
just,
right
just
now.
hear me
This
out.
is-
Hear me out. Hear me out. Just Mike says that this movie it puts him in a Christmas spirit.
Right.
And he all so. We all see it differently. I don't believe it's a Christmas movie because it doesn't put it doesn't have nostalgia to me. It doesn't put me in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
It's,
Blah blah blah.
There's a
Get
Christmas.
on.
It's a movie that happens to have Christmas in it. It's
We get
not
it. Your
a Christmas
point.
movie.
Next.
So I'm just saying that
No.
if it's in your heart and this is a Christmas movie, it's
in my heart.
not in the Christmas
heart.
movie category.
Hey, Mike, it's in my Christmas category and my heart.
Well, look, no.
Hell yeah.
I will give you, like I said, I will give you that.
Not debating if it's
it
not good.
If it puts you in the Christmas spirit, then hey, more power to you.
It
All right,
does, man.
I'll give you that, but I will not give you it as a Christmas movie.
In the sense of
Fuck you,
it's
cheer
being
bitch.
about Christmas. Like the running premise is not about Christmas.
You
But
can say all the words you like, Pat, but you're still wrong.
Yep.
it,
I mean, you haven't even seen Scrooge,
from
man.
your-
Come on.
your-
Yeah, you haven't watched two of these popular movies that we all four put out so far.
You know
You
what I
have the
like about this?
Least leg to stand on.
I like
not a
this
Christmas
that I'm the one that was pushing so hard for it not to be a Christmas movie. Pat says a few words and y'all are hammering down on him harder than anybody else.
Well, you're the cheermaster. We can't go. You might mute us. So.
No.
All right. We're gonna holster this one for
right.
another time, and we're gonna go on to Pat. What is your number one?
Die Hard.
It's not Die Hard.
It should be. It should
Die
be.
Hard 2. Die Hard 2.
No,
Die Hard 2.
Your premise
Live
of
free,
Die
live
Hard
free,
being
and
a
die hard.
Christmas-
See, that was not set in Christmas time, buddy.
Why not?
So that's why I didn't listen.
Why isn't it?
Oh, I know.
Because
I was
it's not
being
set during
sarcastic
Christmas.
when I said live free and die hard.
Well,
Shut
wouldn't
up, cheer
it- Die Hard. Why isn't Die Hard 3 a Christmas movie?
Because it's not set during Christmas.
You know what is a Christmas movie? Frozen.
Is Christmas?
Let it go. Let it go.
Is Christmas
Let it go.
mentioned in the movie at all?
Let it go.
Oh, this is so dumb.
Pat, go with your number
it go.
one, man.
I'm just chapped.
Oh,
I'll
And
take
here I thought
Pat's still wrong for 400.
You know,
And here I thought I was gonna be the
absolutely
one
not.
that was gonna
I'm-
get angry.
I'm absolutely not wrong.
you are.
Knock knock.
And
Who's
so is
there?
Jeff.
Pat.
No, I'm with
old habits die hard.
I'm with Pat on this one. So,
Yeah.
all right, Pat, hit us with your number one.
My number one is probably, it's near and dear to my heart, and we have a Christmas tradition every Christmas Eve to watch this movie, and if we don't, it's a tradition, and I feel like it's number one. It's A Wonderful Life. It is one of my favorite movies ever. Every time I watch it, it puts me back into the true meaning of Christmas, and it is amazing in every aspect of it, and it actually hits me in the feels, and if we don't watch it, it wouldn't be Christmas to me. It is my number one. It's A Wonderful Life.
Guys, you're going to be shocked. I've never seen it.
I haven't either.
What?
Are you kidding?
I
You
have
do
no.
not give
I
me
meant
crap.
to. I have meant to for
do
years,
not
and
give
I
me-
just have not.
As me being one of the movie buffs that I am, I've never seen that movie.
I know.
Guys.
I honestly, I do feel bad about that one because
I do.
I'm the only one who's seen all of these movies, so just want to point that
Man.
out.
Man,
Says the guy with no
So
kids.
the guy who's right about Die Hard.
That's
the guy.
right, Ray.
Old habits die hard. Not a Christmas movie. Whatever.
all right. So here's my number one pick. I had, it was a tie. One of my number one, original number one has already been said, so I'm gonna go with a different number one. But this one is one that I've always watched from the time it came out, still to this day, and that is Home Alone 1 and 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Those are
good ones.
Those hit me in the feels.
Love
It's
If the wet bandits don't get hit in the head with a paint can, it's not Christmas.
Well, yeah. Well, the wet
Yeah.
bandits is how you go from the wet bandits to the sticky bandit.
Sticky bandits. Correct.
I think I like the Lost in New York a little bit better than the first one, actually. In the rare moments of a sequel.
There's-
Man, he was turning up with that card.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Had
There's,
his dad's credit card and just turning out.
What did his family do, by the way? What did his dad or mom do? Because
I don't know. That
massive
house was immaculate.
Vacations.
By
every
the
year.
way, let me just hit y'all with this. Did you know you can Airbnb that house?
Nice.
Yeah. Ooh. I bet you that's
that would-
expensive.
No.
I bet you had to be like
Let me.
the McAllister family rich to be able to
I'll have
Airbnb
to
that house.
think.
Do you have to sign a waiver to in case you get injured?
By the way, on the top
No,
lines
it's
in a movie,
booked. It's a one night stay. For only $25, but it is booked up through I want to say 2025.
$25?
Yeah.
Dude, we got to do an episode from inside the house, but we need to book it.
one of the lines from the movie that sticks in my brain, and there's some all-time movie greats like Forrest Gump and things of that nature, but Buzz, your girlfriend, woof,
Wolf.
is one of my favorite lines in any movie.
Yeah.
And I know we're too young at the time to realize what we're like when the movie first came out. But did y'all notice? I'm sure you have the magazines that he pulls out from the top of the chest.
Yep.
I was like, as I got older and I saw that, I was like, what in the world? Like, this is
It was not Business Insider.
It was not Business Insider. There was something insider, but it wasn't business.
Moving on.
Heyo.
Parental
Oh my
discretion
God, I
is
was going to say
advised.
the same thing, Jeff.
Great minds think alike, man.
Right.
Yeah, all right. So everybody, that's our number ones, right?
Question:
that?
Have you seen the new Home Sweet Home Alone on Disney Plus?
Is
No, I didn't
is it the one with the British kid?
Yes.
Yes. Wasn't a fan.
You didn't like? I thought it was pretty good. I didn't.
Wasn't a
it-
fan,
I haven't
man.
seen
It's
it.
not like the originals,
Wasn't a
but
fan.
it was
No.
pretty good. It has Ellie Kemper from The Office.
I did like that they brought Buzz back, but he
Yeah.
was a cop.
It has a different, unique storyline on it.
It does.
But it's I didn't hate it. Didn't hate
No, I didn't hate it. I just wasn't a fan. You know,
By the way,
it's
I want to add, I know these aren't the top 3, but also the Polar Express, Rudolph, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and the Charlie Brown Christmas Story. Those are also
Love the
honorable
Charlie
mentions
Brown.
for me.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. And Frosty the Snowman. That's
Frosty's
one with
great.
me too.
I like.
I've got 2 recent movies.
Christmas
that,
with the Cranks.
No.
Never saw that.
I like it.
I like
That's
it.
That's a good one.
That's one of the wife's favorites.
I'll listen to the book
Hold
recently.
All right,
It was
hit
really
me
good.
with it.
Sorry.
All right. The Night Before and Office Christmas Party. Have y'all seen those?
Is the night before with
The
Seth
Office.
Rogen? Is that?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
I've
it is.
seen it a long time
Great
ago.
movie.
It is. It is. It is.
Is the other one with the 3 guys that are on the Comedy Central?
The Night Before has that Seth Rogen. It has the guy who plays the Falcon in Avengers.
Yep.
Anthony Mackie?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that yeah?
And it's got
I can see his.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but it is.
And the
it
girl
is a
from
good movie.
Workaholics.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking, the Workaholics. Don't they have a Christmas movie too, don't they?
No, they've got a new movie out on Netflix called I think it was Game Over.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
But you guys have seen the Office Christmas Party too, right?
Yes.
I have not.
Oh, Ray, you got to see it, man.
Is
It's
it on
hilarious.
Yes.
I'll hit it up.
Of course. I haven't
Anything.
seen it.
Pat doesn't
with
watch
The
any
Office is-
movies.
No.
He just listens to
No.
audiobooks.
What was
Do like some audiobooks.
yeah.
It's got Jason Bateman, T.J. Miller.
Oh, I love Jason Bateman.
I saw T.J.
Yep.
Miller live. He's pretty good.
Is he really?
Yeah, he was
Is this
hilarious.
before he was canceled?
When did he get canceled?
Well, he kind of
What?
did for like a minute.
I don't know. He came out.
Oh, it's
and-
got Jennifer Aniston, Olivia Munn,
By the way, it's my first crush ever. Jennifer Aniston.
Kate McKinnon from Saturday Night Live.
She's funny.
True.
Did y'all? She was on. Olivia Munn was the before she got her acting. She did like a thing on I forgot some game network where they used to talk about
G4?
video games. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, she was like the face of this is the hot girl for games, so that's where
Yeah.
every guy went to like listen to stuff.
Yep.
All right, what do we got next?
Oh, I'm gonna throw this one in there. It gets a lot of low ratings, but I like the overall tale of the story. Michael Keaton is in it. One of my favorites, Jack Frost. It's an older movie. I think it came out in the late 90s, 1998.
I watched it.
Oh, is
but I
that
don't
where he
remember it.
dies and he comes back as the snowman?
Yeah.
Shocker. Haven't seen it.
Yeah, I kind of watched it. Nah, no thanks.
It's a feel good.
Yeah, so is Die Hard.
Oh my gosh.
Makes me feel good when I watch it.
We're not going
Every
through
Christmas.
that again. All right,
That
so
movie can die.
moving on. Moving on. We will go with
Not a Christmas.
what was your guy? So we all have traditions with our family, obviously. Now,
Yep.
going back when we were kids, what was something you used to do during Christmas that sticks out to you that you'll always remember and you'll try to carry that on with the families that we have now? Ray?
All right, I'm going to get sentimental, and mine's going to be later on, so maybe not as much as a kid.
Right.
So mine is actually going to be spending Christmases at Mike's house, watching movies, and being around that family. My family life was not always the greatest, so when I got to go to Mike's and be around the guys, be around his family and stuff like that, watching the
Right.
movies, feeling the nostalgia, it was awesome for me from not having that kind of family. So
Yeah,
That's
man.
my
awesome.
sentimental awesome.
Yeah, I can
God.
speak for being at Mike's house. With all of us there, there's just something about all of us being together and doing things together. And he's got a wonderful family as well. So I can definitely concur with that sentiment.
Absolutely love being in Mike's house. Like it almost became almost like a second home. We were
Absolutely.
always
It was,
there.
man.
It was my first home for a minute.
It was, I think during all our hard times, and this speaks volumes for Mike and his family. We've always had that safe haven with him. There was a time in my life where they took me in. I didn't, it had nothing to do with my home life. It was just I was out on my own and didn't want to go back home with the parents, and they opened up their doors for me to stay with them for a while, and that's something I'll never be able to repay, but I'll always remember.
Man, it's just like I associate the holidays with 6 a.m. Xbox binges and at Mike's house from Thanksgiving, and then sometime around Christmas. It's hard to stop in at Hardee's at 4:30 in the morning on the way home to get a biscuit.
We would all have to go to the gas station in Rainsville because everything else was closed because it's Christmas, and we would just get the worst food ever and then go back to the.
Good times.
But that is mine. So shout out to Mike and Mike's mom and pops.
Even though Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie, I'm not going to hold it against you.
Yeah,
it doesn't speak to your character, Mike.
Oh. All right, so that's so Ray's hitting us all in the fields. Ray's hitting us all in the fields. So now we get to move on to I don't know how we top that, but we'll go with Mike.
I don't either, man. I mean, honestly, that's one of the traditions I miss, so much from just being away from all of you guys is, just those times that we would, spend around the holidays and stuff, whether, mine and Ray's tradition of watching movies together and everything like that, and all of us playing video games and stuff. Oh, man. Oh, I forgot to mention, we would always go to a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what, Christmas Day?
Christmas
we would go,
Day.
Yeah, we would go to the movies that night. We'd all go to our different family functions, and we would go see what was at the movies. Yeah.
All right, Mike, so what's yours?
Okay. I really don't know how to. I don't think there's any way to kind of carry on from, to my kids and everything. But
right.
I think one of the things that just sticking out was, when me and my parents, for several years, we lived away from Alabama. Mm-hmm. Yeah, between West Virginia and Michigan. We would always come home to Alabama for the holidays, and we would be staying at my nanny and pawpaw's, and it just the smell of burning wood. Just always just takes me back to their house, right. Because oh man, I'm telling you, because they had this an old wood stove, and they would just be feeding that thing with wood and coal, and which probably not the best idea to be feeding it with coal, but
no, but hey, we'll go with it, man.
Right. But just those times, man. Like I said, we would watch those movies, those old Christmas movies like Christmas Vacation, Scrooged, Die Hard. I think that kind of just takes me back to those times, man. Between all the food that my nanny and my mom and my aunts would cook and stuff, and
that's awesome, man. That sounds like good times and good memories.
But, now that I have my own family, we have our own Christmas traditions now, and
right.
It's crazy, once you're an adult and you're establishing, new Christmas traditions with your wife and your kids, and then your extended families, and and then my parents have made it a tradition to come up here to Ohio every Christmas. So
yeah, that's awesome. So you starting new things.
Yep.
Good, man. That's family, especially not just around the holidays, but family's just important in general. So having family involved in every aspect of your life, I feel like to me is important, whether it be your spouse or your kids or your mom and dad. Family's what gets you through the day.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome, man. And so
I have a tradition of buying me and my wife. We met during Christmas time, so like
right.
There's a tradition that we have. I buy her a Christmas ornament every year because we, that's our tradition. That was the first things that I gave her.
Oh, that's
Christmas.
awesome!
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I did not know that. That's awesome, man.
That's actually how. I was gonna tell her I loved her, but I accidentally let it slip. Like I had a Christmas bulb that said "I love you," and then one night we were getting off the phone. I mean, it was just right before Christmas, and I let it slip. And so like it kind of ruined the Christmas present. But
so you prematured the "I love you."
Oh, I did. I
got you, man.
Premature love elation.
Yeah, there we go. I don't know
And
if that fits.
There we go. And we go to Pat.
And back.
Yeah, let's. We're all up in our fields now, so yeah. I had probably one of my favorite things is every Christmas Eve. One of my the family dynamic is kind of I guess unique, so to speak. My mom and dad, they're my aunt and uncle are my aunt and my mom are sisters, and then my dad and my uncle are brothers. So that's like two sets of sisters and two sets of brothers. So we were really close to this set of family, and so every Christmas Eve we would go to their house, and he has since passed a few years back, and he was like a second father to me, because when my family split up, he stepped in, and he because my dad couldn't physically be there, but he was in my life, and he really stepped up, and he didn't take the place of my father, but he was really close, and so we would go, and me as a kid, I was like counting my spread, like, what am I going to get for Christmas? We would always be like, man, what am I going to rack up on this trip? We would give gifts, and as a kid, you're focused on like what's the next gift that you're going to get. So we would go, and it's one of those things that I wouldn't necessarily forget about it, but it would almost not surprise me, but like take me off guard every year. You kind of knew it was coming, but before we would open gifts, before we would have dinner, and then we would all move to the living room, and he would always like grab his Bible and read the Christmas story to all the way through, and
that's awesome.
Everybody would sit in silence and just listen to it. And it was as a kid, you're like, I'm ready for gifts, and it was just kind of a solemn reminder of, hey, why are we celebrating this? And it was just kind of a moment that I'll never really forget, because and I try to carry that on with my family, and last year being sort of a different year, I will be the first to admit I didn't. I forgot about it. I mean, our year was messed up, and we ended up having a lot of parties canceled, so we found ourselves not having anything on Christmas Day, and that's my fault. But that's one of the things that I attempt to carry on, is just to just having that moment of just silence and sobering of, you know, why are we doing this? Why is this whole season that? And that was one of my favorite things, and it's grown on me as I've gotten older, because I mean, back then you were like oh, you know, sometimes like, you know, I just want to get to the gifts, but at the same, I appreciate it so much looking back to kind of slow down and take a breath and have a reminder of why this season, you know, is about, you know,
and I
Jesus
guarantee,
was born.
like, he probably knew that too, like, you know, how anxious and everything that you were, but knew that you would look back on this. I mean, like, he had to have that.
Yeah, and it really, that's one of the close moments to me out of many. We have 9. We had 9 at one point. So, but Christmas, but that's one of the things that kind of stand out. They kind of want to kind of, and there's, like Mike was touching on, you want to. It's a hard balance of trying to carry on past traditions and forging new ones.
It is. But I mean, going back to, you know, like, you know how you was talking about being a kid and being anxious to open up gifts and stuff like that. It just goes back to show, you know, as we get older, we don't remember the gifts that we really got during those times, but we do remember the people we were with, what we were doing, how we felt. So, you know, at the end of the day, we as we get older, we realize what's important, because all the other stuff is just, you know, non-necessity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that being said, Die Hard is still not a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is.
Keep at.
I'm sorry, I ruined it.
So
I'm
now,
sorry.
You ruined the moment. You
now we will go to my Christmas traditions.
Yeah,
and we still do this today, to a certain extent. When growing up, we always we would do Christmas Eve with my grandparents. We would just have finger foods, and we would open presents from our grandparents, from my uncles. It was just good family time with the cousins, and on my mom's side, my family's not really big, so you know, it was a small and intimate get together. And then when we would leave there later on that night, we looked forward to, me and my sister each got to open up one present, and then our parents would read the night before Christmas, and we would go to bed and be up at the crack of dawn the next morning. And it's, you know, to this day we still, we do it at my parents' house now, but everybody still comes over on Christmas Eve. And then, you know, we, on Christmas morning, now that we have our son, we stay here, and he wakes up with the Christmas gifts here now, and then we go to my parents, and it's like he has 2 Christmases. But anyway, back to mine. You know, the family aspect of everything with Christmas is what sticks out with me. It's something, you know, that I'll always remember when we grow old and when they pass, and something that I'll carry with me always. I may not be able to continue on with the tradition, but it's something that I'll always hold near and dear.
Yeah, man.
Aww.
Awesome. Hey, Jeff.
No, Die Hard is still not a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is.
You guys, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Die Hard 1 and Die Hard 2.
Man, I know Santa's
Yippee-ki-yay,
looking,
mother.
I know Santa
Haters
is
gonna
looking in his
hate,
globe,
hate,
and he has coal all beside your name right now.
All right.
Hey, man. Maybe I could put it in my dead grandfather's old wood stove.
Wow.
Wow.
Dark.
It really did.
Dark.
Well, that concludes part 1 of our Man Therapy Christmas podcast. You can expect part 2 coming very soon. If you like what you heard, please follow us on social media at Mantherapy or Mantherapy Podcast, and send us an email at Mantherapypodcast and tell us what you think, some of your favorite Christmas memories or recollections from the past. Anyways, thank you for listening, and we're out. Bye.